Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now in this video, which is going to be a free healing video, I love doing these. People love experiencing some energy work done too. And usually I'll get an indication in that particular day of a particular clearing which would work for this type of occasion, where it's connected to everybody and it can help everybody. There are certain clearings that we do that are very specific to an individual, a unique individual, but usually I get an indication that something that's going to work on a grander scale, and we bring it here for a free healing video. Now this free healing video is regarding what they call the third generation, okay? It's not necessarily what we talk about as the human, where we have how many generations back when we look at kind of our ancestry or lineage in that manner. What I'm talking about in regards to generation, we're talking about our lineage of our cosmic lineage, okay? Our soul lineage, our source lineage, okay? So it is bound to the vessel that is encompassing the consciousness. I won't say human because we are only a human within this reality or realm. The other realms or realities, there are vessels that encompassing the same consciousness because you're bound to that same consciousness, but in another form, not a human, okay? Some other form. So, in a previous video, I talked about the fact that I've come up with an ascension map, okay? And this is it here, and this is an indication of source self, which is the roots of a tree, right? And this is very much in connection with the Norse mythology. Is they said there was a cosmic tree, okay, and the branches would come off, and then there'd be realms or realities that are bound all on the branches of this tree, of the trunk of the tree. And I call this trunk of the tree like your quantum tunnel, your quantum self. Okay, this is the vastness that we're looking for, this inner universe that is within us. It's not actually out there, it's actually within us. And when I mention the word generation, there are a number of generations, as you can see. Okay, so all these different realms or realities have a generation, and the generation is not specifically bound to the consciousness, it's more the vessel that is the interface for that consciousness to interact in that realm or reality. And these are all different realms and realities. The one that's got green around the outside, this is the one that we're in. And up here is our lower selves, and there are two realms that are connected to that are lower than where we are. So that's 1 and 2 generations, and then we're third. And as we go along, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Okay, so keep that number in mind, 9. Okay, and because we're going to be using a tool that is bound to the numerology of the 9, and we're going to use that with this particular free healing. Now, a lot of the work that we're doing now at Truly Holistic within sessions, and anyone that's having session work with me at the moment, we're making a real emphasis on greater knowing and understanding of the clearings that we're doing. When you come to see me and we're doing healing sessions, I'm not just going to take your information and we're going to do the clearings and not really explain the process. We're going to explain the whole process, because a big part of the healing is you come to me for 45 minutes, but then you've got hours, days, weeks, months, years where you're not going to be in session work with me. So, and that all matters because we have a choice every moment of our life. Okay, every moment, there's a moment. And when we live in the moment, we kind of evade time. Okay, we're not looking too far ahead in regards to what we call the future, not looking too far back in regards to the past. There is the now, and that's where we create, in the now. We don't create in the past, we don't create in the future. But what we do now, in the now, creates our future, right? So our awareness needs to be in the now to create the future we want to create. Because if our awareness is in the past, that awareness of the past comes into the now to create the future that is exactly the same as the past. And for a lot of people that come to me, they've got trauma in the past. They've got problems that happened in the past. So that's the worst thing you want to do, because when you create awareness to it, when we place an attention or a focus on something, our energy immediately goes into creating it. And that's what I've come to find. So that's why the emphasis of the now. Now, so when we do this healing on a third generation, we're doing a healing on essentially the human body, which is the vessel that we use as our consciousness, infinite consciousness, to interact and interface this reality with. And why I mention that is because our true identity is not as a human. The human is the vessel that we're using to interact with this realm or reality. Okay, now the way that we're birthed into the human experience and the way that we leave and disconnect from the human is through the heart. Okay, and when I say the heart, I'm talking about the energy that manifests the physical heart, and that is the sacred heart. Okay, now the sacred heart and the sun that we see in the sky are connected. Okay, this is a simulated reality. That sun that we see in the sky is a simulated reality, but symbolic for something. Okay, because there's another name they use for the sun, and that's soul, S-O-L, and that is associated with soul, S-O-U-L, sorry, S-L-U-L, which our consciousness is our soul, and that connection to our consciousness is through that heart space, which is a gateway. Okay, so that's the connection, and that's how our consciousness then interacts with the vessel, which we call the human body. So what we're going to do with this free healing is we are going to use a sun ring. Okay, so trying to bring everything together again to understand why we're doing the clearing. And this is a 9-inch sun ring. Remember the number 9, right? This is the sun. You can obviously see the geometry. It's the sun, right? And we're going to use this sun ring to help calibrate ascension, not only at a consciousness level, but in the vessel itself, the body, okay? Which we're calling the third generation, okay? So, this sun, when we use this, why this is more powerful, and it goes to a deeper level, because we sell 4-inch and 9-inch sun rings. The 9-inch sun ring goes deeper because it encompasses the souls, S-O-U-L, which is connected to the S-O-L, right? The sun in each of those 9 realms, realities. So it's an amplification of all of those now, okay? And we're going to use that to do a healing on not only, by doing this healing on your third generation, it's also going to connect you with all the other generations. The first, especially the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th generations, okay? So here we go. Okay. For everybody watching and listening to this video, for their third generation, sun ring true, please. Sun ring true. For everybody watching and listening to this video, for their third generation, which is the vessel that they are using to interface within this realm, this reality, for their infinite consciousness, the human body, the physical body, sun ring true. Sun ring true. A lot of energy, a lot of energy. Sun ring true. Sun ring true. Right, there we go. It's done. I have to be careful, make sure I don't poke myself in the eye. But anyway, there's the clearing there. I try and keep these videos short, but yeah. I like people to understand and know why we're doing the clearing work, okay? And one thing I always mention to people is that, you know, I love people like David. I love David Wilcock. I love Corey Good. These people. But these people are talking about promises that could happen in the future. Could happen in the future. Here at Truly Holistic, we talk about this stuff, but we're not just throwing it out there. We have greater knowing and understanding of why it's like that. And we have greater knowing and understanding of why it's like that because we incorporate it in session work and it has validity to it. We bring this type of work in the sessions, and that's why I'm giving this as a free healing for you. I know that it creates an energetic shift within people. They feel it, okay, which is validation, okay, and we evolve these people and clients to a higher level of knowing and understanding. And when we talk about ascension, ascension's about wisdom. Ascension is about connection back to self, because when we connect back to ourself in a more multi-dimensional form, we bring more wisdom here, and therefore greater knowing, greater understanding of why things happen the way they are and what this reality is. And when you know that, then all of a sudden you can foresee what's going to happen, and when it does happen, you have greater knowing and understanding of what's going on, so you don't react with fear, okay? You don't respond with fear straight away, because you have greater knowing and understanding of what the process is occurring, okay? So why I like to explain about this stuff is that reason, and we're doing more of that in our session work, and that's what we can give you here at Truly Holistic compared to the David Ikes and the so on, is we can talk about the stuff, but we can also action it, because as I say, the work we do in the now creates our future, and that is ascension. So ascension starts now, and that's why we're really working hard on that right in the now for a lot of people and a lot of clients. So for anybody that wants to book a session with me, go to trulyholistic.net. I hope everybody really enjoyed that free healing. Comment below what you felt. Till next time, bye.